Whitefish is just a very good team. And we were right there with them in all three sets. And then our loss against Polson was just really unfortunate because about 9 points in, we lost our middle. And that threw our entire rotation out of whack, something we've never practiced. I thought that they stepped up really well towards the end. It was slightly defeating, you could tell, for them because they were just a little bit lost. But we practiced it, and that's what the offense and defense that we're coming out with today. So we'll see how we do.
Yeah, I thought that as too. Kind of like took the air out of the sails, when Sophia went down, that's too bad that, she won't be able to play today, but hopefully she recovers soon and gets back with you. That really kind of changes a lot when you're not used to that, and that's very understandable. So talk about today's opponent, Browning, the Lady Indians. They show that they're in Max Preps 1 and 2, but the record might be slightly different than that because that's not totally updated. But talk about that opponent. What do you know about them? You seen any film? How they play?
They're scrappy. They have a really good setter. We watched them in the tip-off tournament, and I was very impressed with their setter. They hit hard. They are loud. They communicate, and I think that they had a pretty good game against Polson recently. I believe they lost, but they went to 5, and so they're scrappy, and they're not a team to underestimate, and our girls know that, and we prepped for it. We're going to go out there and give our best and hope that our best is better than theirs.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. This is the second one on the road. The last trip was a little shorter going to Whitefish, but able to come up here with you guys here on a Saturday and cover this one. So hopefully better luck today with you guys. So good luck today, Coach, and go Vols.
Thank you. Go Vols.
Yeah, Coach Carrie Ostolnik on the pregame show. Getting ready here to the starting line pregame, brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. All your grocery needs, including Ming's Bakery and Deli, 8111 Highway 35 in Bigfork, Montana, 837-5010. Marcus Pagos and the folks at Bigfork Harvest Foods. Hey, don't forget, Ariel on the pregame show. James LaFontaine with you. I know I had a little trouble with the feed here inside, so Jack, thank you. Jack Kinnear listening over in Bigfork. It should be on and live and going. It keeps switching around on the reception out of here in Browning inside, but hopefully we'll be able to get through and call the match. They're getting ready to do, and I'll go through the starting line. It's brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. And for Browning, their libero is a 5'3" senior, Katens Evans. And then we'll go through the rest of the lineup. Middle hitter, right hand hitter, senior at 6 foot even, Kelsey Conley. And I'll take a break as we do the national anthem here. All right, wrapping up things here for the national anthem as the Valkyries get ready to take on the Browning Lady Indians here from Browning, Montana. Volleyball action on a Saturday afternoon. Running behind a little bit, and I'll get to that why, because of the matches earlier running behind. But let me finish up the starting lineups. Again, the libero, a 5'3" senior, Kaiten Evans for Browning. And then Kelsey Conley, a 6-foot senior, middle hitter, right-hander, number 3. And junior middle blocker, an outside hitter, 5'10", number 5, Tashlin Lazyboy. As the setter, a 5'5" senior, and also a defensive special outside hitter, Natalie St. Goddard. A middle hitter, outside hitter, senior at 5'11", Jarrell Whitegrass. And then a right side outside hitter, number 13, 5'11", sophomore, Brooklyn Bird. And finally, a senior, a right side outside hitter, number 16, 5'10", Jenica Marceau. For head coach, Katie McDonald, assisted by Shawnee Skunkcat for the Lady Indians Browning. Again, starting line is brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. For the Valkyries, a little bit changed today because of an injury. And Setsa Troyer at 5'5", the senior libero, number 88. At 5'6", junior opposite side hitter, number 1, Natalie Vick, the lefty. At 5'7", outside hitter, junior, number 3, Ava Jo Davey. At 5'4", the senior captain, number 12, and a setter, number 4, Piper Linson. And wearing number 6 starting today, a 5'9", opposite side hitter and a setter, and just a sophomore, number 6, Taylor Hallett. At 5'8", outside hitter, junior, number 7, Gracie Sari. At 5'9", middle blocker, junior, number 8, Piper Lee. And that's your starting lineup for the Valkyries, as Sophia Lettingham out with the injury, and hopefully she'll be back in a couple weeks. Head coach Ariel Stolnick, and assistant coaches Josh Feller and Logan Swenson. Well, the reason we're behind, first of all, a little mix-up in the officials and what time the game started. So we started about 35 minutes late, and then, of course, it goes 5 sets. Bigfork wins the first 2, loses the last 3. Browning takes that one against the C team, 3-2. But sped things up in the junior varsity action. It was the Bigfork Valkyries JV team winning 3-0 over Browning, the Lady Indians, and now we are on here to the varsity matchup. And finishing the starting line, so we'll get ready for first serve. First serve will be brought to you by Averill's Flathead Lake Lodge, where they proudly sponsored and supported Bigfork Athletics since 1945. So I will stay right here. Glad we got the interview in, so it took me a little bit time. That's why we were running behind a little bit today. So about ready to go here in Browning. I'm going to do some and we'll see who has serve here to start this match. Whoever won the coin toss, we'll get ready to go. Jack Kinnear listening out there, 406-270-7384, and you can let me know if you're listening as well. I think they've got the jetpack working. And looks like Browning will serve to start this one. Browning in their white with red numbers and red lettering. And the Valkyries in their black with the white and blue lettering and numbers. And substitution there for Browning. Jessica Perez will come in the backcourt serving. Number 12, the libero. Sari digs it out. Spike, Piper Lee gets it across, block. Piper Lee blocks this one down. This one dug out by Browning. Back by Bigfork. Sari will get it across for the Valkyries. Dug out there by libero Evans. Cross. And Troyer spiked right down the middle as Piper Linson sets up Ava Jo Davey from the backcourt. Spikes it and in for Bigfork for the first point. 1-0 on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. And Piper Linson to serve for the Valkyries here in Browning. Service. Nice ace service just in front of number 7. Jarrell Whitegrass for Browning. And 2-0. Linson serving. Deep down the middle. Browning returning. Into the net. They can't quite handle it on the pass. It looks like number 6 hit into that. That's St. Goddard. And Linson serving 3-0. Service. Linson into the net. Didn't quite get it across. So it will be point and side out to Browning here. And 3-1 score. And number 6 serving St. Goddard. Ava Davy. Sorry, off the Linson set. Dug out by Linson. Piper Lee. On the set from Taylor Hallett. Lee spikes it down the middle. And side out to Bigfork. 4-1 here on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. And Gracie to serve. Jump serve. Right down the middle. Dug out by Browning. Set up. Number 5 gets it across. Dug out by Howlett. Linson. And Troyer spikes to the back. And side out point to Browning. Number 3 serving. Conley. Mishits it under the net. And point to Bigfork. And side out 5-2. And the lefty Vic will come in. Piper Lee to serve. Lee serve deep. Right. Confusion there between 2 Lady Indians. And it drops in on Browning's side. Point for Bigfork at 6-2. And Piper Lee continuing to serve. Lee serve. Dug out by the libero. Evans. Cross. And dinked across by number 7. Whitegrass falls on Bigfork side. Side out 6-3 now. And Browning will have the volleyball. Service. Deep. Sorry digs it out. Linson going to set up. Davey with a spike. Off of number 6. St. Goddard out of play. And a point to Bigfork 7-3. So a nice spike up Linson set for Ava Jo Davey. Howlett serving. Jump serve. Gets it in. Browning will dig it out. Trying to get it across. And a lift called on Browning. And point for Bigfork 8-3 and Howlett. Serving for the Valkyries. Howlett. Deep serve. Dug out libero. Evans. Set it up. Number 4, their setter. Check that timeout taken by Browning. And that's set. Confusion on the Lady Indian side. And Valkyries lead 9-3 with this timeout here. I'll take a timeout here and be back with the rest of the first set here from Browning, Montana. Okay, we're back. It's 9-3 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Howlett serving. Service deep, dug out by libero. And spiked down as the ball goes across. And Davey right there to knock it down on the Browning side. And another point for Bigfork. They're up 10-3 here in the first. Service by Howlett. Deep down the middle, dug out by Evans. Put down by they're going to call violation on Bigfork. So side out point for Browning. It's 10-4. And number 1, Jessica Perez, in to serve for the Lady Indians here in the first. Service. Just gets it across. Dug out by Sari. Ava Davey out the block. Out of play. Browning trying to block it. Linson sets her up. And side out point for Bigfork, 11-4. And Ava Davey will serve for the Valkyries. Service. Oh. Doesn't quite get it across the net. Side out point for Browning. Number 7 serving. Whitegrass serving. Dug out by Bigfork. Howlett, then Vic across. Howlett. Linson spiking it down. Sorry. Dug out by Browning. We'll get it across. Sorry gets it. Howlett. Linson across. Whitegrass setting it up. Spike. Off of Ava Jo Davey. Ava Jo Davey on the Conley spike. And point side out to Browning. It's 11-6 Bigfork in number 7. Whitegrass serving. Service into the net. So a point to Bigfork and a side out. Double them up, 12-6 here on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. And Tessa Troyer, the libero, is serving for the Valkyries. Service across, dugout. Set up, spike. Tessa Troyer digs it out. Linson, but spike down. And Browning was into the net. That's number 3, Conley. So point for Bigfork at 13-6. And Troyer's serving for the Valkyries. Troyer's deep serve, dug out by the libero. Piper Lee, Linson, spike from the backcourt. Way too long by Davey from the backcourt on that spike. And a point for Browning, side out, the libero. Evans serving for Browning. Gets it across. Dug out by Davey. Linson can't get to it. And it drops on Bigfork side. And a point for the Lady Indians. Service into the net by Evans for Browning. Dug out. Piper Lee on the spike. Dug out by Browning. Linson sets it up. Lee gets it. Or Howlett gets it. Lee gets it across. Dug out by Howlett. Linson. Backcourt. Spike by Davey. Piper Lee. As Browning returns it over the net by number 7, Whitegrass. And right there is Piper Lee to spike it down. 15-8. And Linson serving again for the Valkyries. Up by 7 here in the first. Piper Linson, deep serve over on the right side. And libero Evans can't quite handle it. And point for Bigfork. Up 16-8, doubling up the Lady Indians here on the scoreboard. Linson serve. Dug out by Perez. Side out spike. Blocked by Piper Lee. Piper Lee will get it back across. Browning spiked the block. Troyer. Linson, back corner. Evans. And tries to get it across. Libero digs it out. Evans, but Browning can't get it across the net. And point for Bigfork, up 17-8. Linson serving. Linson serve. Down the middle. 16, Marcio will get it. Linson. Howlett. Sorry. Blocked at the net by Lazy Boy for Browning. And a point side out to Browning. St. Goddard to serve for Browning. Service. Dug out by Troyer. Off of Sorry. And a point for the Lady Indians. Service on the way. Dug out Davey. Linson. Spike cross court by Bigfork. And a point. 18-10, side out to Bigfork. And a nice cross-court spike. I believe that was Piper Lee or Howlett, one of the two. Sorry to serve. Check that. Browning gets the cross. Sorry. Linson. Lee into the net. And actually, that last spike was done by number 7. That's Gracie. Sorry for the Valkyries. Want to get that right. 18-11 now on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Browning serving. Dug out by Davey. Linson going to set up Davey. Davey on the spike. Down the middle. Browning able to dig it out. Piper Lee or Howlett. Piper Lee cross. Too long by Piper Lee. Howlett and Lee are about the same size, and one wears 6, the other wears 8. And so I might get them mixed up. Browning serve. Troyer digs it out. Linson. Cross court. Down the line with a nice poke there. Job by Piper Lee. Side out to Bigfork at a point, 19-12 now. And Piper Lee serving for Bigfork now. Dug out by Browning. Going to set up spike cross court. It's good by number 7, Whitegrass. Side out point to Browning. And Browning serving, number 5. Sorry, digs it out. Linson off the block. The spike by Ava Joe Davey. Point and side out to Bigfork. Up by 7, 20-13 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. And Taylor Howlett serving for the Valkyries. Nice deep serve. Dug out by Browning. Side, spike. Dug out by Davey. Linson. Davey with the spike blocked. Davey gets it back across. Browning just going to put it across, hopefully. And they do. Down the line, number 7, Whitegrass, puts it in on Bigfork side for a point inside out. Number 1, Perez in the ballgame for Browning. Perez serve into the net. No good. And serving. Ava Davey gets it across. Browning digs it out. Going to set it up. Spike. Linson. Sorry. Spikes it. Gets it in. Cross court by Sorry on the set by Linson. And side out point to Bigfork, 22-14. Service by Davey. Into the net. It's quite handled. Browning gets it. And it falls on Browning's side as they try to dig it out. Point to Bigfork, 23-14 to Ava Joe Davey serving. Jump serve by Davey. Gets it in. Browning can't quite handle it. Off the hands of number 3, Casey Conley. Or Kalcie. Kalcie Conley. And game point for the Valkyries here at 24-14, leading on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Ava Joe Davies serving for Bigfork. Jump serve, deep dugout by Evans. Knocking around. Troyer digs it out. Dugout by Vic. Vic gonna block it across. Dugout by Browning. And put it across. Dugout by Sorry. Linson, Sorry. Blocked by Browning. And Bigfork can't handle it as the spike set by St. Goddard for Browning. Side out 24-15. Service. Down. Troyer digs it out. Linson, back set. Natalie Vick, lefty. Browning digs it out. Evans gets it across for Browning. Linson, Vick with the lefty. Dug out by Troyer on the block. Linson, Sorry. Dug out by Browning. Cross. Dug out by Davy. Linson going to set up Sorry. Sorry spikes it down. Dug out by Evans. Cross Browning. Sorry. Linson going to set up Sorry. Sorry gets it across. And they're going to call a lift on Sorry. And point for Browning. As number 7, Whitegrass serving for the Lady Indians. Service, Troyer. Linson back set. Vic left-handed down the line. Good by Natalie Vick on the set by Linson. And the Valkyries take the first one. 25-16 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. And they'll go to set number 2. And I'll be back after this timeout here from Browning, Montana. Once again, James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and Vals. Valkyries win the first one, 25-16. We'll move on to the second here momentarily after this timeout from Browning. All right, welcome back to Browning, Montana. Valkyrie Volleyball here, action on BFST events. And Bigfork to serve. Troyer, Davy, and Linson in the backcourt. Howlett, Lee, and Sorry in the front court for Bigfork to start this second one. And the Valkyries win the first one, 25-16. In the first. And doing some substitutions is Browning over there. And we'll get going here with Piper Litz at his serve for Bigfork. Service on the way. Dug out by Browning. Lee, Howlett, Piper Lee, dug out by Evans. Evans, spiked by Browning, dug out by Sorry. Sorry will kick it up. Troyer gets it across for Bigfork. Libero for Browning gets it out. Into the block attempt by Howlett and drops on Bigfork's side, so a point side out to Browning. We're tied at 1-1, or checked at 1-0, excuse me, is the score. And the libero Evans is serve. Serves it. Davy, Linson, Sorry, gets it across, drops it. in the middle of the court in front of the libero for Browning, and a point side out to Bigfork. We're tied at 1-1. Sorry serving for the Valkyries. Nice jump serve. Sorry, dugout. Davey. Howlett. Lee can't get it across, hits it into the net. And point side out to Browning. It's 2-1 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Browning to serve. Troyer digs it out. Linson. Davey off the block. Troyer dives on the floor. Can't quite dig it out. And point to Browning. Yeah, their lead 3-1 now on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. It looks like number 6, St. Goddard. Natalie St. Goddard serving for Browning. Service. Troyer. Linson. Back set. Spiked by Lee. Blocked by Browning. Drops on Bigfork side. 4-1 now. Troyer. Linson going to set up Davey. Davey, spike. Is out up the left field line. And 5-1. Browning leads. Into the net. So a side out Bigfork needed as St. Goddard serve it in the net. Vic will come in for Troyer. Vic, the lefty in the front court for Bigfork. Piper Lee's service into the net. And she will go out as Troyer will come back in for the Valkyries. It's 6-2, Browning leading on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard here from Browning, Montana. It's like number 3, Conley serving. Sorry. Linson. Spike blocked. The spike by Howlett blocked by a couple Browning players at the net. And 7-2. The score. The Lady Indians leave here in the second as the Valkyries won the first. Into the net. The side of the hand of Conley. Side out point to Bigfork. Howlett to serve. Her first varsity start today. As Lettingham is out. Howlett serve. Nice serve. Setting up Browning. Going to spike it. Dug out by Troyer. Davey tries to get across. Browning just knocks it straight down. And side out to Browning. 8-3. Service. Sorry. Troyer spiking from the back as Linson sets her up. Spiked by Browning. Dug out by Troyer. Cross to Browning. They dig it back out. Spiking it. Dug out by Sorry. Howlett. Vic will get it across. Back corner. Off the hands of Browning and a point. Side out to Bigfork. As Vic knocks it in the back left corner nearly. And Browning barely able to get a hand on that and side out. Davey to serve for Bigfork. Deep jump serve. Browning can't quite handle it off the libero of Evans out of play. And point for Bigfork. It's 8-5. Browning leading on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard, and Ava Jo Davey continuing to serve for the Valkyries. Jump serve, back deep. Evans digs it out. Spiked by Browning, and they'll spike it in the net. That was number 13, Bird, Brooklyn Bird, for Browning. Davey serving. Nice deep serve. Dug out by Browning. Evans. Browning will just get it across. Vic will dig it out. Linson. Ava Dave for the backcourt. Spikes it. Dug out by Browning. Spike blocked by Bigfork. Back across by Browning. Sorry, down the middle on Spike. Dug out by Evans. Troyer. Linson going to set up Vic. Vic, the left hand blocked. Off the block. Goes out of play. And point for Bigfork. Within one now at 8-7 here on your Big Fork Harvest Food scoreboard. And Ava Jo Davy continues to serve for the Valkyries. Davy jump serve. Dug out by Browning. Evans from the backcourt. Davy. Linson. Sorry. And her spike goes out of bounds. So side out point to Browning. Score now 9-7, the Lady Indians over the Valkyries here in the second. If you're just joining in, the Big Fork won the first ones 25-16 and trail by 2 in the second. Perez in to serve down the line, and it is out up the left field line. So side out to Big Fork, and Tessa Troyer will serve. Natalie Vick goes out. And Piper Lee in. Troyer, nice deep serve. Dug out by Evans. Troyer digs it out. Linson, sorry with the spike. Cross court, dug out by Browning. 13, Troyer digs it out. Sorry, can't quite get to it on the spike. There by Bird of Browning. And number 3, Conley will come back in for the Lady Indians serving. Browning. Davy. Linson tries to get it across. Sorry sets it up. And into the net by Linson. So point for Browning at 11-8 now. Up by 3 here in the second. Service by Browning. Dug out by Davy. Linson. Piper Lee. Dug out by Browning in the backcourt. Just have to get it across. Davy. Linson is set up. Lee spikes it right down the middle. Nice set. Nice spike by Piper Lee. Inside out 11-9 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. The Valkyries trail by 2. Linson to serve for Big Fork. Jump serve. Nice serve down the middle. Browning able to dig it out. Troyer. Linson going to set up. Sorry, spikes it. And Browning in the net. So a point for Big Fork within 1 now at 11-10 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. And Piper Linson continuing to serve for Big Fork. Nice jump serve. Nice and deep. Dug out by Browning. Hangs on the net. Drops on Browning's side. They're able to dig it out. Evans. And Big Fork just watched it drop right in front of Troyer. And point for Browning, side out. And libero Evans will serve for the Lady Indians. Here in the second. Evans, service, into the net. So Big Fork pulls within 1 again. And Gracie Sorry serving for Big Fork. Sorry, deep serve. Dug out by Browning. Across, in the middle. It's time. Troyer gets to it. Linson spiked it down. Just out. There by Piper Lee. And side out to Browning. Number 6, St. Goddard to serve for the Lady Indians. Service. Davy. Linson going to set up Davy. Davy spikes it off the block and drops on Browning's side. Point for Big Fork. Going to do this again within 1. Natalie Vick back in. Troyer just take a seat on the bench as Vick comes in the front court. And Piper Lee to serve for Big Fork here in the second. Piper Lee, deep serve. Dug out by Evans. Browning setting it up. Cross. Dinking it across. It was number 6, St. Goddard. And Big Fork can't get to it. Piper Lee will go out. Troyer in the backcourt. And number 3, Conley to serve for Browning, up by 2, 14-12. Service, dug out by Sorry. Howlett. Sorry will get it back across to Browning. Browning, Evans, spike. Too long on the spike by Browning. Point to Big Fork. And Taylor Howlett to serve for the Valkyries here. Down by 1, 14-13. Nice serve by Howlett. In the middle, Troyer will dig it out. Linson down the line. is Davy just out. 15-13 side out to Browning. Service, deep. Troyer, Linson, Vic with a spike. Spikes it out of bounds. The lefty over on the right side. And Browning up by 3 now, 16-13 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Serve again. Deep serve. Troyer, Linson. They can't quite handle it as Troyer dives for it. And Bigfork will take a timeout here in the second. They trail by 4, 17-13 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. And I'll take a timeout here from Browning, Montana. All right, welcome back to Browning, Montana. Valkyries won the first one, 25-16. Trail by 4, 17-13, and Browning to serve here in the second. Sorry. Piper Lee. Troyer gets it across. A good save there by Bigfork. Spike it. And Davy dives on the floor as the spike hits the net and drops down. Spike by Whitegrass. 18-13 now. Howlett. Sorry. Troyer gets it across for Bigfork. Browning will dig it out. Back set. Spike down the line. Davy gets it. Spiking out. Sorry, digs it out. Linson going to set up Davy. Davy spikes it. Browning digs it out. Scrappy. Spikes it out the block. Davy gets it. Again, this time Linson. Davy will get it across. Browning. They can't quite get it across the net on the save, so a little back and forth there. And Bigfork able to get the point and side out at 18-14 now. And Ava Joe David is served for Bigfork here. Down by 4, 18-14. Davies service just rolls across the net. Troyer will dig it out. Linson going to set up. Sorry, spike off of Browning. They dig it out. Blocked. Natalie Vick blocks number 13 Bird at the net, and a point for Bigfork, 18-15. And Davy continuing to serve for the Valkyries. Deep serve, dug out by Evans. Little barrel. Browning will just get it across. Howlett, Linson, Vick. Linson. Sorry, spike it, drops it across. Does Gracie, sorry, point to Bigfork, 18-16 now here in the second. And Browning was talking to the net official. After a little timeout, Davy serving. Browning, Howlett, Linson, sorry, off the block. Dug out by Bigfork, sorry. Howlett gets it across for Bigfork. Deep, Evans. Browning just got to get it across. Davy, Linson, Vick off the block. That's it across. Linson digs it out. Vick, sorry, he's going to get it across. Dug out, Linson. Howlett gets it across. Browning going to put it back in the corner. Troyer gets it. Linson going to set up Davy. Davy from the back line spikes it. Dug out by Browning. Scrappy. Troyer. And going to call Bigfork in the net. Natalie Vick in the net. So point and side out to Browning. And Perez will come in to serve for the Lady Indians. Here up 19-16 in the second. So Browning very scrappy, battling back. Perez. Troyer will dig it out. Linson across. And 13 able to knock it down. Brooklyn Bird. 20-16 now. As Browning wins that point. Service by Perez. Troyer. Sorry, will dig it out. Howlett gets it across for Bigfork. Dug out by Evans for Browning. And set it up, spiking it down the line. Dug up by Howlett. Linson, Natalie Vick spiking it. And too long by Vick. Over the back end line. And 21-16, the Valkyries trail by 5 here in the second. Deep serve. Dug up by Howlett. Linson, Vick across, hits it into the net. And Bigfork will take a timeout. They'll use their second timeout here in the second as they trail 22-16 in here in the second after winning the first. And I'll be back after this timeout from Browning, Montana. All right, we're back here. Val's trail by 6 here in the second after winning the first. So we're ready to go. Service. Howlett will dig it out. Linson Troyer from the back line spikes it. Dug out by Evans. The barrel. Browning will just get it back across. Howlett. Linson's going to set it up. Sorry. Spikes it. Dug out by Browning. Good save there by Troyer. Spiked there by Vic. Evans. Browning gets it across. Davey in the backcourt. Linson. Spiked by Sorry. Sorry! Through the spike, or block, number 6, St. Goddard. It drops on Browning's side, so point for Bigfork, and they will get a side out. 22-17, and Tessa Troyer will serve for the Valkyries. Down by 5. Troyer's nice serve. Dug out by Linson. Howlett. Piper Lee on a spike. Down the middle for Piper Lee. And point to Bigfork, 22-18. Troyer continued to serve for Bigfork. Nice serve. Dug out by Browning. Sets it up. Dug up by Bigfork. Piper Lee down. Across. Browning trying to dig it out. Got to get it across the net. Howlett. Linson Lee. Mistimed her jump and hits that one way past the end line. And side out point to Browning at 23-18. And number 7, Whitegrass is served for the Lady Indians. Service. Troyer will dig it out. Linson. Sorry. Down the line. Dug out by Browning. Cross. Spikes it. Dug out by, nice dig by Ava Davey, but out of bounds off the dig, and game point or set point here in the second, if you will, for Browning, up 24-18. Service. Dug out by Lee. Howlett. Linson will get it back across the Browning side. They're setting it up. They'll spike it. And Browning in the net, so point for Bigfork on the spike by number 3, Conley. And Linson to serve. 24-19. Valkyries trail by 5. Linson serve. Nice serve down the line. Setting him up. Spiking it. Dug out by Linson. Howlett. Davey. Dug out by Browning. Spiking again. Cross court. In front of Sorry. Sorry can't quite get to it. And that's a point for Browning. Gets game point at 25-19. Browning takes the second as the Valkyries won the first 25-16. And we'll be back with the third here from Browning, Montana. We're tied at 1 set apiece here in Northwestern A Conference volleyball action from Browning, Montana. I'll be back after this timeout for the third set. Best of 5. All right, we're back here in Browning, Montana for set number 3. This match is a best of 5, and we're tied at 1 apiece here as we get ready to start the third here in Browning in Northwestern Conference A action. And Browning to serve, that's Evans, the libero. Served it, dug out by Howlett. Linson back set. Sorry on the spike. Dug out by Browning. Linson, Howlett, Piper Lee just dinks it over the middle. Browning tried to dig it out and can't quite get it up and over the net. So point for Bigfork. And side out Piper Linson to serve for the Valkyries here. Up by 1 here in the third. Linson, deep serve, right side. Dug out by Browning. Spikes it across. Troyer dives for it. So does Howlett, and falls on Bigfork's side, for a point for Browning. We're tied at 1. And number 6, St. Goddard is served for the Lady Indians. Got a substitution there for Browning as Perez goes out. Marcio comes in. Howlett digs it out. Linson, Piper Lee dinks it across. Browning will dig it out. Gets it across. Troyer. Linson looking to set up Lee. Lee spikes it down. And off the net, off the block, drops on Browning's side for a point for Bigfork. And side out. And Gracie Sorry to serve for Bigfork here. Up 2-1 here on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Sorry. Deep serve dug out by the libero. Can't quite handle it. Goes out of play. Off of Evans, and point for Bigfork. Sorry to serve again for Bigfork. Service on the way. Nice deep serve. And a double hit there, or a lift, if you will, by number 5, Lazy Boy for Browning. So point for Bigfork, 4-1 now on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Sorry. Serving for the Valkyries. Service, just can't quite get it over the net. It's a hard service into the net. So side out point for Browning. Bigfork doubling them up, 4-2 here in the third. Marie Conley to serve. Sorry digs it out. Linson Lee on the spike. Off the block, off of Lee, out of bounds. And a point for Browning. And Conley serving for the Lady Indians. Conley, service. Didn't throw it up high enough. Serves it directly into the net. Natalie Vick will come in for Troyer, and Piper Lee back to serve for the Valkyries. Black Weasel in the lineup for Browning. Piper Lee serve, jump serve, right in front of Black Weasel. They say if you come into the match, the ball will find you, and it definitely did there on that one, and drops in front of her for an ace for Piper Lee. 6-3 now on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Lee service. And a lift. Again called on Browning on Lazy Boy. And point for Bigfork, 7-3 now here in the third. Lee service. Serve it in that area. Black Weasel can't handle it. Gets it across as Browning. Dugout. Linson spikes it down the line. Gracie Sorry from the backcourt with the spike and the point, and timeout taken by Browning. 8-3 here in the third, and I'll be back after this timeout. All right, we're back and ready. Bigfork serving. Piper Lee up 8-3 here in the third. And split on the first two. Lee's service on the way. Nice and deep. Evans tries to dig it out. Browning gets it. Gets it over. Natalie Vick will dig it out. Linson Davey into the net. On the left side. Inside out point for Browning. 8-4. The barrel goes out for Browning. Service. Gracie. Can't quite handle it into the stands. And point for Browning. Lazy Boy serving. It's time. And Linson goes to get the pass from Davey and bumps into the net, so a point for Browning. 8-6 now. Valkyries lead. Service ace down the middle. Sorry, can't quite dig it out for Bigfork. And Lazy Boy will serve again. Service. Call lift on Davey on that service return. 8-8 now, we're tied. Service. Off Piper Lee. Troyer diving for it, but Lee tried to get it. And Browning goes up 9-8 here in the third. Deep serve. Troyer, Linson, spiking it is Davey. Browning digs it out. He'll get it across, barely. Oh, lucky as they hit it up the net and it drops, and Natalie Vick can't quite get it as it just drops straight down the net. And 10-8 Browning here in the third. Service. Service error by Lazy Boy for Browning. She'll go out. And Evans at libero will come back in. Howlett to serve for Bigfork. Howlett, deep serve. Dug out by Browning. Set it up, spike. Dug out by Sari. Davy will get it across. Browning going to set it up. Gets it across. Troyer. Sari. Left hand by Davy. Dug out by Troyer. Davy gets it across for Bigfork. Down the line. Howlett. Linson. Vic spikes it. And a lift called by Browning on the spike by Vic. So point for Bigfork. It's 10-10. And Taylor Howlett serving for Bigfork. Serves it. Dug out by Browning. Cross. Piper Lee. Linson spiking it down the line. Out of bounds by Davy. And side out point to Browning. Perez back in. Jessica Perez, the serve for the Lady Indians. Up by 1, 11-10 here in the third. Service. Davy will put it out of bounds on the Troyer pass. And point for Browning, 12-10 now. Serves it across, dug out by Howlett. Troyer gets it across after Linson's serve. Evans across, spiking it off of Troyer on the spike there by 7. Whitegrass for Browning. At a point, 13-10. Bigfork will take a timeout here, down by 3. 13-10 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard, and I'll take a timeout as well here from Browning, Montana. All right, we're back. This timeout just about over that Bigfork took. About 10 seconds left in it. Browning to serve again. Number 1, Jessica Perez. Bigfork doesn't want to go down 2-1 to Browning. After winning the first set, lost the second, and had the lead trailing down here in the third. Perez gets it across. Sari will dig it out. Linson. Vic spikes it. Dug out by Browning. Gets it across. They're going to call a lift on Browning on number 13, Brooklyn Bird. And point side out to Bigfork. Ava Davy to serve for the Valkyries here. Trailing by 2. 13-11 here in the third. Davies. Nice serve. Browning will set it up. Get it across. Howlett. Linson. Sari. Off the block attempt by Browning. And out of bounds. It's Bigfork point, 13-12 here in the third. We're tied at 1 set apiece. Davies serve. Dug out by Perez. Across. Down the line. Howlett. Linson. Vic with a spike. And Browning in the net on the Vic spike trying to block it. So point for Bigfork. We're tied at 13 apiece here in the third. So Bigfork battling back after trailing by 3. Davy. Service into the net. Point side out to Browning. 14-13 now. And 7. Whitegrass will serve. Into the net. Sorry, able to dig it out. Linson. Troyer gets it across. Browning going to spike it. Off of Troyer on the spike there by Conley. 15-13, a point for Browning. And Whitegrass serving for the Lady Indians here in the third. Service. Vic. Quite can't handle that jump serve over on the left side. It's 16-13. Service. Hard. Too deep there by Whitegrass, and a break for Bigfork as they get the side out. Piper Lee will come back in for Natalie Vick. And Tessa Troyer serving for Bigfork, down by 2, 16-14. Troyer into the net. 17-14 on your Harvest Foods scoreboard. Browning leads the Valkyries here in the third. Service by Evans. Davey. Linson, sorry. Able to spike it across and drop it in front of Perez, and point for Bigfork. They can tie it. They can't quite get over the hump to get back in the lead. Linson is served for Bigfork. Nice deep serve dug out by Browning. They'll just have to get it across. Back, Troyer will dig it out. Linson going to set it up. Piper Lee off the block, drops down on Browning's side on the block attempt there by Lazy Boy. And point for Bigfork within 1 now, 17-16. On your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard, Linson serve on the way. Nice and deep, dug out by Browning. Over the side, have to bring it back across so it doesn't go out of play. Troyer to dig it. Linson back set. Down the line by Howlett. And drops out of play as the libero goes out and dives out of bounds at the end line, but can't get it across the net. That's Evans for Brownings. We're tied at 17. Linson serving. Nice and deep. Evans digs it out. Browning, cross spikes, dug out by Troyer. Linson looking to set up. Sorry on the spike, dug out by Evans. Browning, crossed, dug out by Linson. Sorry. Howlett, back corner, dug out by Perez. Browning. Evans will get it across. Davey. Linson, sorry. Off the block. On the spike by Gracie, sorry. Point to Bigfork, so they take the lead 18-17. On your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard, Linson continues to serve for Bigfork. Linson serve nice and deep. Dug out. Set it across. Dug out by Bigfork. Spike. Dug out by, sorry. Gets it, excuse me, Linson gets it across. Troyer digs it out. Linson. Sorry, we'll get it across for Bigfork. Back and forward action. Blocked there by Howlett. Browning gets to the cup. Evans will dig it out. Linson going to set up. Howlett with a spike. Dug out by Evans for Browning. Going to get it across. Dug out by Sorry. Linson. Piper Lee gets it across. Evans. Browning. Going to spike it. Off the hands of Ava Davey. That was moving fast. She couldn't quite pull her hands out. It was going out of play. And side out point for Browning, and back and forth action in that point. And we're tied at 18. Number 6, Stink Goddard serving. Troyer. Linson. Back court. Davey across. Dug out by Browning. At the net, she can't quite handle the pass there by Marcio. As number 3, Conley tries to get it. Point back to Bigfork and side out. Sorry. Gracie sorry to serve. Down up by 1 here in the third. Sorry. Oh, ace service right down the middle by Gracie. Sorry. They're up by 2 now, 20-18. As they battle back here in the third. Gracie sorry. Serving for the Valkyries. Sorry's service. Back to Evans. Back set by blocked. Spike by number 3, Conley off the Bigfork spike, out of play. So a point and side out to Browning here. 20-19. Here in the third, we're tied at 1 set apiece. Browning serving. Troyer. Linson spiked by Davey. Dug out by Browning. Spike on the block. It's Piper Lee. And Howlett going up off of Lee on the block, down on Browning's side. So point for Bigfork, 21-19. Piper Lee to serve as Natalie Vick comes back in for the Valkyries for Troyer. And Piper Lee's serve gets it in. Browning trying to handle it, but it's going to have to get it across. And they do, and right in front of Sari in the backcourt. So point side out to Browning, 21-20. Bigfork leads here in the third. Sari digs it out. The block by Browning on the spike by Howlett. Off Howlett out of play. We're tied at 21 apiece. A big set right here. Deep serve, Sari, Linson, Vic. Spike dug out by Browning. And then Browning digs it across the net, and right there is Ava Jo Davy to knock it down. And a point for Bigfork, 22-21. An exciting third set here. Best of 5. Serving. Deep serve by Howlett. Dug out by Browning. Going to back set it. Spikes it across. And going to call lift on Browning on number 7, Whitegrass. And they'll use a timeout. 23-21 here on your Flathead Lake Lodge, scoreboard as the Valkyries lead by 2 here in the third. And we're tied at 1 apiece as each Bigfork won the first set and Browning won the second. I'll be back after this timeout. Conclusion of the third set here from Browning, Montana. All right, shout out Amanda Davey listening out there as well. So Howlett serving for Bigfork, up by 2. 2 more points to take this set. And here's a serve. Nice serve down the line, dug out by Browning. They just got to get it across. Dug out by Vic. Linson, spike by Davey. Dug out by Evans for Browning. Into the net, she tries to poke it across. For Browning, number 6, St. Goddard, into the net. So set point, for Bigfork. Howlett serving. Gets it in. Dug out by Evans. Browning, spike cross. Dug out by Bigfork. Nice save there by Linson. Back to Evans, deep on Browning's side. Spiking across. Dug out. Davey. Linson gets it back across for Bigfork. Browning's just got to get it across. They do, back corner. Dug out by Howlett. Linson going to set up. Davey down the line. Dug out by Browning. Browning's got to get it across. Got to use it now. Sorry. Linson going to set up Davey. Davey with the spike off the hand of the libero Evans, and point for Bigfork. And they'll take the third, 25-21, as they battle back in an unbelievable third set. So they lead 2-1 now on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard here. And we'll be back with the fourth here from Browning, Montana. Once again, Bigfork leads 2-1 here as we head to the fourth from Browning, Montana. All right, Bigfork to serve up 2-1. Piper Linson to serve back here in Browning, Montana. Service gets across. Browning digs it out. Evans will dig it out. Troyer, Linson, back set. Howlett gets it across off the hands of Browning, out of play, and point for Bigfork. And they're up 1-0 here in the fourth. Linson serving for the Valkyries here. The setter and senior for Bigfork. Linson's serve. Nice serve right down the middle. Dug out by Browning. Enough to get across. Evans will get across. Davey. Linson going to set up Sorry on the spike. Hits it cross court and out of play. Can't quite bring it down. And side out point for Browning, 1-1. Evans to serve for Browning, the libero. Evans serve. Howlett, Linson, Piper Lee spikes it down off the net, able to get it across and drops down on Browning's side. Point for Bigfork. And side out, Gracie Sorry to serve for Bigfork here. Hits it into the net. Does Sorry. We're tied at 2 on a side out to Browning. And number 6, St. Goddard, serving for the Lady Indians. Service, dug out. And spike there is that bump into the over the net by number 3, Davey. Sets up Browning. They're able to spike it down. 3-2 Browning leads here in the fourth. Service on the way. Sorry, we'll dig it out. Linson, Piper Lee down the line. Evans will dig it out. Browning spikes it between 2 Valkyries. Sorry. And Troyer for a point, 4-2 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. This girl has a tough serve into the net. She serves it, does St. Goddard. So a break for Bigfork on the side out. Piper Lee to serve as Vic will come back in for Troyer for Bigfork. Lee's service deep. Dug out by Evans. Browning will dig it out, spike it. Off of Howlett. Sorry, we'll get it across for Bigfork. Browning can't handle it. Number 3, Conley at the net. Goes off of her, out of play. So point for Bigfork, 4-4. And Piper Lee, number 8, serving for the Valkyries. Jump serve, deep. Evans digs it out. Browning will get it across. Linson, Howlett. Davey spikes it down. Browning will able to dig it out. Nice save there by Howlett. And in. And say it was out. Off Bigfork. And side out to Browning, 5-4. Conley to serve for Browning. Serves it, Troyer. Can't quite handle it for Bigfork on the right side. 6-4 now. Browning here in the fourth. This time Davey can't handle up the left side. Goes right, this time goes left. So some tough serving by the Lady Indians. Troyer will dig this one out. Linson, Howlett, not communicating. And Bigfork will take a early timeout here, trailing 8-4 as Browning doubles them up here in the fourth as they're up 2-1 overall. I'll be back after this timeout. All right, we're back here in Browning, Montana. Lady Indians up 8-4 here in the fourth. Service on the way. Sorry. Her pass out of the bounds. 9-4 point for Bigfork. And coming in, it'll be number two, Olivia Claiborne. Troyer, Linson to set up. And Howlett hits it down the line, out of bounds. Point for Browning, 10-4. Claiborne digs it out. Vic. Down the line goes Davy. Almost caught Browning sleeping. Get it across. Troyer. Linson. Davy going to spike it. Out of bounds by Davy. Down the line. 11-4 now on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. Browning leads here in the fourth. Davy. Linson. Vic spikes. Dug out by Browning. Davy will knock it right down, and Browning can't handle it. They call lift on her, and point side out to Bigfork, 11-5. Claiborne goes out. Sorry back in. Howlett to serve for Bigfork. Service right down the middle. Browning will dig it out, spiking. And spiking it right down the line. Howlett can't handle it. Number 7, Jarrell Whitegrass for Browning. Side out point for the Lady Indians, 12-5. Bigfork trails by 7 here in the fourth. Service. Troyer. Linson looking. Off the block. And spiked by Davy. Drops on Browning's side. As that goes off Marcio for Browning, and point for Bigfork. And Ava Jo Davy to serve for Bigfork. 12-6. They're down by 6. Plenty of time here in the fourth. Nice service by Davy. A double hit. Lift, if you will, by Browning. Whitegrass, and point for Bigfork. 12-7 now. Davy can go on a roll with her serving. Again, serves the same one. Browning to get it across. Davy. Linson. Vic. Blocked. Sorry. Piper Lee gets it across. Dug out by Evans. Browning setting it up, spiking it. Cross. Troyer can't quite get to it. Sorry dives. Troyer saves it up towards the net. Sorry dives for it, but under the net. So point for Browning and side out, 13-7. As Perez will come in for Marceau and serve. Service. Troyer. Linson, back set. Vic spike into the net. As he was trying to go down the line, the lefty. Browning doubles up Bigfork, 14-7 here in the fourth. Howlett, sorry with the spike off the set by Linson. Linson will dink it across. Browning digs it out. Sorry, gets on the floor, digs it out. Davy, Troyer, back across. Evans for Browning now. Setting, spiking. Davy gets it off the net. Vic dives for it. On a big spike there by Whitegrass, but Davy able to dig it out, but into the net. 15-7 now. Troyer. Between Troyer and Sorry, miscommunication, which one was going to take it. 16-7 now. Browning leads here. And timeout taken by Bigfork here in the fourth. It's 16-7 in the fourth on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. The Valkyries trailing here in the fourth after winning 2 of the first 3. So 2-1 in sets here in the fourth. Browning leads. I'll be back after this timeout. All right, we're back in Browning. Service by Browning. Deep. Howlett digs it out. Linson Vick. Down the line, dug out by Browning. Just got to get it across. Troyer. Linson going to set it up, give it up. Vick down the middle. Bump by number 11, Black Weasel, out of play. And point side out to Bigfork as Browning doubles them up now. 16-8 here in the fourth. Still time for Bigfork in this one. Need to go on a little bit of a run right here. And Troyer to serve. Nice service. Ace service there by Troyer. Right down the line. And Browning will make a substitution. Number 3, Conley comes in. Troyer continues to serve. Oh, right down the middle. Ace. Communication problem between Evans and Perez. 16-10 now. Troyer continues to serve for Bigfork. Nice service right down the line. Spike dug out by Howlett. Linson Davey. Back corner. Perez digs it out. And dinking across is Whitegrass over the block. Drops on Bigfork side. The point side out to Browning. Whitegrass to serve. Up by 7. 17-10. Dug out by Davey. Linson. Sorry. Digs it across. Nice save by Browning. Linson set up Sorry. Sorry going to dig it across. This time it's going to go out of play. And Conley runs into the scorer's table trying to save that one. Great effort there by Conley, the senior, for Browning. And Linson serving 17-11. Valkyries trail by 6. Nice serve by Linson. Dug out by Perez. Spike across. Davey. Linson. Sorry. Down the line. Off the block. Out of play. And point for Bigfork. Linson to serve. 17-12 now on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Nice serve right down the middle. Dug out by Troyer. Digs out the spike. Linson back corner. Try to catch Browning sleeping. Cross. Linson will dig it out. Howlett spikes across. Out of play on the spike by Sorry. Too far on the cross spike. Out of play. Point side out to Browning. 18-12. Bigfork with no timeouts left. Browning with 2. Oh, point for Bigfork. Actually, they had a substitution, a rotation issue. So 18-13. Sorry serving. Perez or so gets it across. Sorry. Linson looking. Troyer from the backcourt spikes it across. Browning off of Piper Lee. As Browning dinks it across. 19-13. Side out to Browning. Crawls across, dugout. Troyer, nice dig. Linson with a good cross for Bigfork. Browning looking to spike it. Out of play as it hit the line judge on the spike by Browning. So side out to Bigfork, 19-14. Vic comes back in. Piper Lee serving for Bigfork. Down by 5 here in the fourth. Piper Lee. Service into the net by Piper Lee. Gives Browning their 20th point on the side out. Troyer back in for Bigfork now for Lee. Service. Sorry digs it out. Linson. Howlett gets it across for Bigfork. Set. Spike down the line. Dug out by Linson. Howlett. Troyer across for Bigfork. Browning will dig it out. Okay. Vic. Linson. Davey. Spikes it. And lift called by Browning as the spike goes off. The block drops down 20-15 now. And Hallett serving for Bigfork on the side out. Hallett, deep serve. Dug out by Browning. Going to set it up. Evans will get it across. Hallett. Linson going to set up. Davey down the line. Browning able to save it somehow. Gets it across. Linson, sorry from the backcourt. Spikes it deep. Dug out by Browning. Browning across. Davey. Linson. Davey going to put it across. Browning can't handle it. Number 3, Conley hits it down on the ground. Point to Bigfork, 16-20. And Hallett serving. Off of Evans, libero, setting across. Hallett. Across goes Davey with the left hand. Drops on Browning's side, 20-17. So the Bigfork cuts the lead in half, and Browning will take a timeout here. As the Valkyries within 3 now at 20-17 here in the fourth. And I'll take a timeout as well from Browning. All right, we're back in Browning. Valkyries within 3, 20-17 here in the fourth. Hallett serving for Bigfork. The sophomore, deep serve. Dug out. Browning set to get across. Spikes it. Out of bounds on the spike by number 7, Whitegrass. Point for Bigfork at 20-18. So Bigfork battling back here in the fourth. Hallett, the serve. Nice serve. Evans will dig it out. Browning does have to get it across. Troyer. Linson going to set up Vic. Vic spikes the left hand. Browning trying to dig it out. Can they get it across? Vic able to spike it over the block and drop it on Browning's side for a point, 20-19. So some exciting action here and some substitution there for Browning. And Hallett continues to serve for Bigfork. Big serve right here. Nice serve right down the middle. Browning will dig it out. Spiking it across. And blocked by Bigfork. We're tied at 20. So Vic and Davey at the net, able to block it 20-20. Hallett serving, the sophomore. An ace service. 21-20. As Bigfork mounts the comeback down by 6-1 and now have the lead here in the fourth at 21-20. And I'll take a timeout as Browning uses their last timeout here in the fourth. All right, back 21-20 here in the fourth. Bigfork leading here. Hallett continues to serve. Bigfork trying to complete the comeback. Hallett's nice serve. Evan will dig it out. Linson. Hallett. Davey with the spike. And Browning can't handle on the Davey spike. They fall to the ground. 22-20. Deep serve in the back corner. Drops it in over the back line. An ace service by the sophomore, Taylor Hallett. Nice serving by Taylor, keeping it in. Put it in the far this corner and able to drop it in. 23-20. Here comes Hallett's serve. Nice deep serve again. Browning able to handle it. Dig it out. They got to put it across. Spikes it. And block. Davy and Vic at the net. Block it. 24-20. Set point and match point right here. As Hallett will serve. Browning going to spike it. Blocked off the block of Vic, out of play. So point for Browning. Vic blocked it, but blocked it out of bounds. So 24-21. The Valkyries up by 3. And Browning to serve. Still set and match point. Sorry. Tentative trying to get to it. That set's returned over to Browning. Browning tips it across, and Bigfork unable to handle it. Up by 2, 24-20 still. Set and match point here in the 4th. Abel dug out by, Hallett. And spiked down by Browning. 23-24. So Browning now making the comeback. Service. Sorry. Davy spike. Oh, off the block. Misses it as she spikes it right down the middle, and the Valkyries win this one. 25-23 in a great match. Great comeback here in the 4th. So hang on 1 second. I'm going to try to get Coach Stalneck's attention and bring her and a couple of players up. I'll be back after this timeout with postgame here from Browning, Montana. Wow, what an exciting match. Bigfork trailing here in the 4th. Browning trying to tie it up, but Bigfork down by 6, able to take the lead and take this one in the 4th. So they win this one 3-1. And it was Bigfork in the first one, 25-16. Browning coming back 25-19 in the second. In the third, Bigfork 25-21, a real battle there in the third. And then in the 4th, Bigfork coming back, trailing by 6, like I said, 20-14, actually able to get the lead at 21-20 and then win this one 25-23. But they were up 24-20, and then, Browning kept battling and battled back as well. So able to take this 1 and 4. And an exciting match here. I'm going to get a couple of the girls and hopefully Coach Stalneck over here to talk to me on the post game. Let me talk to the veteran here. We'll talk to Ava Jo Davy first.
Thank you.
You've done this before. Okay. Tell me when you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me good?
Mm-hmm.
Speak up. Here, bring it a little closer so we can talk to you. So you guys win this 1 and 4. Postgame brought to you by April's Flathead Lake Lodge, where they proudly supported Bigfork Athletics since 1945. So talk about that. You win the first one, and the third and the fourth were really you lose the second one 25-19, but really exciting volleyball going back and forth. Talk about your team, You lose Sophia, your 6'1" player, getting hurt in the last game. So Taylor has to step up and start today. So talk about your team and your resilience and how you guys played today.
I know it was a big loss for us to lose Sophia, She's been working really hard and getting a lot better, but I know I've been fighting really hard for Taylor to play full varsity, so I was really excited for her to get the chance to do that, and I think she stepped up and she played really well. And I think our whole team was just really wanting to win. We've had a few losses in a row, so we were kind of hyped to get a win under our belt.
Well, it's kind of. I mean, they're really scrappy.
Yeah.
Browning is, and they don't give up, and they fly around the court and making some plays. What was it down? You had a couple good spikes, a couple really good blocks there in the fourth. You're down by 6, and able to go on that run. And thanks. I want to talk to the serving of.
Yes.
That's why I brought Taylor up here. Her serving was unreal.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Is that all you got to say about it?
For serving, I don't know.
She did well. I thought you did well at serving as well.
Thank you.
You know, and a couple of the players, but you really seemed to come together, different players, and really. One of the players I think is a real unsung hero for you is Tessa Troyer.
Yes.
She goes, kind of unnoticed, but she, really digs it and really passes the ball and does a great job for you guys.
Yeah, she's been getting a lot of really good touches on balls that I thought were going to hit the floor, but Tessa's there, so it's always good to have a libero that's scrappy and can get those up.
And Piper Linson, always around to set you guys up, but having another setter too as well.
Yes.
And Howlett, you guys were able to take care of things. So pretty exciting win, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it's exciting to have Taylor to be able to take second hands if Piper Linson takes first ball. It's good to have a backup because then we can still run an offense.
All right. Well, I will let you go, Ava.
Thank you.
Ava Jo Davey, I should say. Your mom's probably listening out there, and I'll talk to the rookie, if you will.
Yes.
Her first time on the headset. So
thank
you, Ava. All right. Sophomore, get your first start today.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of exciting, huh?
Really exciting.
Talk about that. What was that like?
It was a little nerve-wracking, I guess, because it's varsity. But
yeah. But they still play volleyball the same way, don't they?
Yeah, it's just a little bit quicker, I guess.
Yeah, but I want to really talk about what I saw from you was your consistent and great serving to allow you guys to come back there in that fourth. What was about it? I mean, you're focused, and I saw a couple times when that last ace where you went right over the top of them. Did you see something out there where they were sneaking up on you, and you saw an opening back there when you served it really deep?
Kind of. They mostly split the back row between two people.
Yeah.
So if you do to the side of them, it's a really hard ball to get.
Well, they just let that right over the top of their head and dropped in for an ace.
Yeah.
And you had a couple of those. Really good job on that.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been working a lot on cross-court serving, so I guess I just serve cross-court. I don't know.
Well, you more comfortable serving? I mean, I thought you did a great job serving, and you were doing some setting. You're not as much in the spiking realm as you're not used to that because you're used to being a setter, right?
Yeah.
But I thought you did a good job there. Well, talk about that. Talk about your teammates. How was it? I know Sophia's out, so you had to step up for her. What was that like to get in there and play today?
Yeah, I think everyone did really well, especially to trying to adjust when Sophia's out. Like, I think Natalie did a really good job hitting middle because she's not really used to that, I guess. Or she doesn't hit middle a lot, so.
Well, yeah, she's different, and her being left-handed, that's kind of different for the other team. They're not used to that. When somebody comes in and they're a lefty, spiking that, I thought she did a good job as well. Well, it was Coach Stahl not going to come up and join, did she say?
I didn't hear her say anything like that, but.
Okay, well, I'll let you go so you can get changed and get ready for the bus fight. Please don't leave me behind.
I won't.
Okay, I'll have to wrap all this up. If she's not coming over, I'll wrap things up. But thank you. Great job today. Great serving. Way to come back. Exciting win for you guys. And we'll be at home next week, won't we?
Yep.
Okay, on Saturday. Homecoming. We play
homecoming game.
Sioux Falls.
Yep.
So homecoming week. Excited for all that?
Yeah, really excited.
Okay. Taylor Hallett joining me on the post game here. And thank you, Taylor. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good job, her first interview, and an unbelievable job by all the Valkyries today to pull out that win. They win the first one, lose the second, and some exciting volleyball. Browning is really scrappy and really athletic, so getting things done here in Browning, Montana. I don't think the coach is going to join me here on the post game, but I'm going to wrap things up. Post game brought to you by Averil's Flathead Lake Lodge. The Valkyries, win this one in 4, 25-16, 19-25, 25-21, and 25-23. Once again, this is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes, the Vows, here from Browning, Montana. As the Valkyries move to 4-3 on the season, I'll wrap things up for me and all of you. Have a great day out there. I'm going to get things wrapped up so I can catch the bus and head out. Thank you, and a good afternoon or good evening wherever you are in Montana. Next game we'll have, it should be, I think, when we're back here in Browning for football, as the Vikings will come over here, not in this next Friday, but the following Friday to take on the Browning Indians from Browning, and we'll have broadcasts that's live. All right. Once again, Valkyries win 3-1 over the Browning Lady Indians here from Browning, Montana. It's James LaFontaine. Thank you, and